Hello, welcome. We are in the holiday season, and we just moved through the winter solstice, which is the beginning, of a whole new chapter in our lives. We're moving through the winter. Days are getting longer. We're moving towards the spring equinox in March. I think it's March 19th of 2024. So things are uh, being implanted energetically with that, which is really exciting. And to plant new things, we need to, this is what we're doing. We're kind of clearing the old stuff and preparing to move into what we want to have in our lives. We get to design our lives. Once we have awareness, we get to create the life we want, and we move through the obstacles that are present, because that's what we're meant to do. We are more powerful than the obstacles that are on our path. And the full moon kind of demonstrates that for us. Full moon is really powerful. And the full moon controls, well, the moon phases affect the water on the earth, from the tides in the ocean to the water in our own bodies. So full moon affects us in a group, individually. um, and it's interesting because the full moon is the day after Christmas, so we're going to be affected for sure. Our families. So just being mindful if people seem a little extra, there's an influence there. And the thing is, we can be an influence just as much as the moon, maybe even more, right? Especially with our immediate circles in our environment. So I'm going to share a little bit of that, but just a little education. So the full moon is in Cancer. Um, Cancer is a water element, and the sun is in Capricorn. Capricorn is the earth element. And it's also interesting because Capricorn is known as the father of astrology, and Cancer, she's opposite. She's the mother of astrology, right? So we've got mom and pop here. And Capricorn creates the structure, right? To allow the mother to do her work, to nurture, to play, to observe, to guide intuitively, right? The Cancer is the home, the hearth, and it's all about nurturing. And it's interesting. I have a personal connection to this full moon because my sun sign is Cancer and my husband is Capricorn. Now, we don't play the exact roles of it because we have other influences in our charts, which are really kind of fun to explore and go into. But right now, he's doing yard work. He's taking care of things. And that's what he does. And he creates the structure for me to explore what I love to do to nurture my clients and people that are inclined to listen to me. And it really is a wonderful partnership. So I kind of want to take that, introducing it into the energy of this full moon, because full moons are always a partnership between the sun and the moon. And because they're in opposition, it may seem like they're going against each other when actually they can also complement each other. Opposition is actually neutral, so it's like one can do what the other cannot do. So yeah, it's really helpful to have that awareness and to have that perspective instead of being like, oh no, another full moon, like that. Just like people will think, oh no, Mercury is in retrograde, which it is also right now. It's been. So you might have been noticing that. So if things have been kind of wonky, it's not personal. Just move through it and everything will be back in order soon. All right. So with the full moon, think of like when things are full, it's ready to release and let go, right? And then just visually, like with the new moon, it's ready, like there's emptiness, there's void, it's ready to bring things in. So with the full moon, we want to let things go. Practice that I really love to use is breath work, right? It's really helpful to regulate our nervous system and doing it mindfully, right? So if we focus more on the inhale, we're energizing. On the exhale, we're relaxing and deepening. So with the full moon, I like to bring balance with the inhale and the exhale and kind of let them play into each other, right? I'm getting the infinity symbol, right? Of just the inhale goes into the exhale goes into the inhale, and so on. Other breath work, like pausing at the top of the inhale or at the bottom of the exhale, is not really appropriate for the full moon because we want to relax, right? There's enough triggers around us, that we don't need to trigger more. We want to bring some balance and just let the inhale and the exhale flow into each other. What I like to do is place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, and then just feel the breath move in the body. So we're connecting the body with the breath. So on the inhale, and this might be opposite of what you're used to, on the inhale, expand the belly into your hand and then allow the rib cage to expand and then let the chest lift a little bit. And then softly as you exhale, relax the chest. Go and draw in the rib cage and then draw in the navel just a little bit, like a little squeeze to let out any extra air. Right? So we breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. So we're nice and relaxed. Your face is soft, right? Your jaw is loose. Your tongue is released off the roof of your mouth. Your shoulders are soft. Maybe a few gentle swallows in the throat if you feel any agitation. And this can also be an introduction to go into a meditative state of mind, right? So meditation, there's I can't find the word, but there is, I would say mistaken identity. That's the best word I can come up with right now with the meditative state where you have to still the mind or quiet the mind. And the mind doesn't really work that way. The mind moves. It's just always moving. It's always exploring. It's doing, a lot of work for our protection, right? Which is very much in line with Capricorn. It creates the structure to protect us, to keep us safe. And then the mind wants to move kind of like in waves, right? So we just allow that to be. And with the breath work, right, you are one, actively moving the breath through the body. We're consciously moving the breath. What a great gift that is. We don't have to do it all the time, but when we choose to move the breath, we can. And that is kind of like that masculine Capricorn energy, right? To take action. And then the observer, right? More of the feminine, the passive energy, just to observe the breath coming in and out, right? And that gives an anchor for our mind, right? To allow the mind to move with the breath, right? So it's almost like swimming. And if thoughts come up, which they do, random things come up like, did I do this? Or I'm mad at this person or whatever it is. They can pop up and then we just bring our focus back to our breath, right? And then just moving, just that moving target can be really useful. It's very useful for me, very helpful, and inviting relaxation. So the invitation is for you to invite family members to practice it with you maybe on Christmas. You don't have to make a big deal about it. Let's just, take a moment of silence and, you know, just focus on our breath and being grateful for today and us being together, or whatever it is. You don't have to go deep into it, but it will make an effect. And if everyone's like, that's stupid, that's okay, because you practicing it on your own is going to affect. When we're calm, there's going to be a sense of calm around us, and it will affect other people, especially if they're a little scattered or anxious or worried or angry or any of those things. You can kind of calm that down just by your own demeanor. All right. So we don't have control over other people, but we do have control over ourselves, and we do have an influence. All right, so that's that with this full moon. I went on a little bit, but I'm so excited for it. I hope this was useful for you. If there's any questions, you can definitely connect with me. I'll put my connections in the description. You can leave comments, whatever feels right for you. And as always, blessings to you, and I wish you much peace and joy in this holiday season with you and yours. Namaste.